Welcome to HVAC. The future of HVAC starts here. We are leading the revolution, turning raw HVAC data into digital intelligence. Join founder Utpal Joshi every week to master a new AI skill, completely free. Don't just work hard, work smart. Let's digitize.
Hello, welcome to HVAC AI Intel. This channel I just started with one intention, that we need to adapt to 2026 and what's happening around the world. When I look at increasing use of ChatGPT, which is a grain of rice in a biryani, I thought we need to have a talk, a conversation, a movement within our HVAC community on how we can adopt to this particular technology that is changing. I think this is similar to somewhat in 2000s, when we got computers and Pentium 3 processors, floppy disks, and then slowly moved on adopting to Excels, making a lot of Excel sheets, templates, right? We are very good in doing that. I still remember Dubai municipality started asking for heat load calculation to the architects, and we used to produce a lot of heat load calculations. I'll show you an example of how I did for 10 room, or a heat load area calculation that was a manual calculation, what we used to do, convert it into Excel. And we used to paste and submit that in initial days. And then we adopted. And then definitely, we have a lot of other tools as well. And I'm sure we use Convert. We have our own formulas. As if you're a consultant, you have your own ways, of making your drawings and designing it. If you're a contractor, you know how to do your BOQ properly, pricing, and we have all the shortcuts, right? So now the world is moving on to the next level. It is there for last few years, but it was not really, useful as it was not automated to the level what is now. One scary fact, what I read the other day, is that AI is getting powerful every 33 and a half hours. So it is already at 65 or 68% of a doctor's level diagnostic. So it's no more, that it is automation. I would take this as digitization and automation. A lot of mundane work that we do, which we don't like, right? We automate it. So this is simply in that way the world is moving, and we need to adopt this. How we can do it the best in our industry is what we need to look at. So holistically, but for that, as an engineers, we would like to go back to the fundamentals, right? We want to know the basic formulas, how the basic things work. We go back to, the psychrometrics diagram or the basic 4 components of our AC. So definitely knowledge is going to be the final decision maker. So you need to have a superb HVAC knowledge on one side and AI on the other side. When I say AI, let's call it digitization, because artificial intelligence has so many other meanings. So we will not go into, what is the right word. Maybe we'll find out. So right now, we are seeing a lot of models that are large language models, and they are able to do a great job. So my idea to start this is to have a video to clarify a few of the things that we all should be clear about, and hopefully it helps you all and the industry. Worldwide, we need to adopt this, and I think it will make our life easier. I think HVAC is a field where we adopt, very fast to things. We had, when we started, it was very basic compressor, like on-off type, reciprocating in DX. And we use R11, refrigerants. We had, even I still remember one of my first jobs was a reciprocating compressor. We were making a chiller, it was not a packet chiller also. We were putting the components together, welding it and doing it. So nowadays, we can order just by selecting an air-cooled chiller, similar to ordering a split unit, right? Basically, yes, you need more parameters. My applied guys are a little bit sensitive, when people who are at heart thinks that, we know better because we do applied. It's just the scale. For me, it's a basic AC system. So I don't want to offend my friends who love applied and think that DX is a smaller brother. Definitely there is VRV, VRF, what you want to call it. So we have a lot of things, right, that we have evolved from window ACs to VRVs in residential, or in chiller from reciprocating, screw, centrifugal, magnetic bearing, you name it, and there is innovation. District cooling, Dubai or UAE, we have seen lots and lots of plant, right? Most of the downtown and big areas are running on it. So we adopted very quickly in last 20-25 years, and a lot of automations, energy savings. So ESCO companies are everywhere. Green, ESGs programs, all these things are happening at a faster pace. So how, if you want, or if you have luxury to hire 20 specialists, right, you can assign everyone a job that you can do a sustainable thing only for the whole day. You can do in sustainable, so you can do lead. Someone can be BRAM expert, somebody can be well expert, right? We want to have that sort of, then you need 4 people doing that. Somebody is doing heat load calculation, somebody is drafting your ductwork, your piping, then coordination. So, we have a lot of services, right, that we need to work with. What happens after that? Once you finish, somebody has to do a takeoff. So you need a specialist on that, pricing, somebody, in tendering it, drafting the tender, tendering it out. Now on the other side, the contractors, they have to price it. So you need estimation, sending inquiries, getting the quotes, comparing it, putting it. And then if you finalize it with your good sales skills, so to do a sales also you need some support, right, to do the magic to win that particular project. And after that, what's going to happen is you are going to execute it. So again, same thing, procurement, design, your final workshop drawings, BOQ takeoff, ordering of the ducting system to either to your workshop, third party, piping, water pipes, your valves, BMS system, all this, again, you need separate people. Then safety, right? We need to do it safe as well. All this puts a lot of specialized skills, right, that we need to function as a project, and then in the end we need to commission it to the right way, document it, O&M manuals, and hand it over and do the maintenance and AMC contracts, and the cycle goes to circular economy and a replacement if the energy efficiency has improved. So if we think of this, that we need so many. Now, if you are a big corporation, still you have limitations on how much you can hire. If you are a medium company, you will still look at it, the ROI, and really if you need it, you will hire, right? And on the other side, we might sometimes get tempted to, get interns, freshers to do the jobs that you don't want a skilled person, very high skilled person to do it. So you need some work on that. All this requires lots and lots of time and human resource. Definitely this is normal, and we are doing it that way. However, everybody, if you ask a particular person, right, if I'm, let's say, a draftsman drawing drawings day in day out for my life, or I am doing heat load calculation, for long hours, or for how many years I'm doing it, people will burn out. So you need to have something which is smart. So we need to make everyone who is working smarter, so productivity increases. We will need more people. I'm not saying that we need to look at something to reduce. Yes, in a way that if you are going to grow 5 times and you need 20 times more manpower, you might need it 10 or 15 times, but if you have smartness, so this smartness, and as we said, we have a lot of scope how we can automate those tasks, which is really annoying tasks. Let's start with that. These are low hanging fruit. So if we can have something that can read your email, BOQ request, a quote request, and understand that this one is asking for air-cooled chiller, and this particular project has got these specifications. So if it can prepare an input, to select that particular equipment, or prepare an inquiry in the right way, and comes up a draft as to you in your inbox. Now this is an agent. This, and how this magic has happened, that is what we need to understand it. Otherwise, we need someone who is an IT background expert to do it. It is not democratized, right? But friends, I have great news and I'm sure you are using it, that vibe coding, and there are agents that you can create on your own. Because what I have learned over the years is that working with IT companies, you can give a very good brief, but they are in different world altogether. And it's not delivering what you want. So if you can do by yourself, like your Excel template that you created, if you are able to create an agent for yourself that will work exactly that you wanted, you'll be amazed. Like we all do experiments. I am always wanted to make a plant room, and just to see if I can fit that many number of outdoor units, chillers, whatever is your system, right? And we can make some Excel sheets on that. Can it make a diagram, So now, okay, we need something that has to understand and program it. So there are great engineers like most of us, people with great affinity towards programming, were looking at data, and they were just plotting data, X, Y, anywhere. They were just plotting the data. Data is basically, let's say Utpal is a name, Daikin I work for is a company, and mechanical engineer is what my skill is, right? So now they are putting a tag and putting this as let's say put a dot in 2 dimension, and then they said this 2 dimension is not enough. Let's put it in 3 dimensions, and that's a 3 dimension is not enough. That like I don't have 3 parameters, I have 100 parameters. So the data is getting hundreds of dimensions now, right? It can represent many different things. As we do, we have multiple roles to play, right? As a father, as a son, as husband, as colleague, as expert, as whatever we are in that particular situation. So like this, the data needs to be fully synthesized in that way, and that's where they make it graph. And you have all these datas that have got relationship are put closer together, and now everything is given a certain identity. And whenever you are typing in something in the large language model or LLM, like ChatGPT, which everybody knows, or Claude, or anyone, Perplexity, you name it, DeepSeek, you name it. There are hundreds of them. There are few good ones. This is the same situation as I still remember the early internet days, where we had Excite, we had Yahoo, and all of a sudden Google came and it became the default search engine, right? So right now we are at that stage. We don't know which one will become, or maybe there will be more than one, and it will be symphony of it also. So at this stage we need to understand, so what is the basics of this large language model, how it works, how it has vectorized the data, and how to retrieve it. Now when you want to make it use of it, what you need to give is prompt, right? Now prompting is another way of saying what exactly you want, and there are basic rules which I'm sure you all are doing it, is that you have to give a context, you have to give a role, and you give a description so that you can get the best prompting. So we need to look at that also, and then how this prompt can be automized. Right now there is large language model. Why you need to generate put everything my prompt should look like? I can put some basic words and it should come in a greater way. Now this is another agent, another gem. So we will look at that. I will show you a couple of examples today, just for one of the models which I use a lot sometimes to make automation, is called Gemini's gem. And you can, or Perplexity space also you can make it, or Claude also automation you can do it. So let's show you one example on Gemini gem, how you can create, and it's an automation, right? Here we are going to create, Gemini is Google's LLM. We're going to create a Gemini gem. Gem is a simple agent. So let's create it, and I hope you also create lots of it, as it will be very, very useful. So let's give it a name. I want to check ASHRAE 61 compliance. All right. So I can name it as ASHRAE 61. I can actually give a description, and it can do it by itself, or we can do it by a smarter way. We can ask, okay, what exactly I want to do. So I have a ASHRAE table, and I want it to use it and tell me if what I'm doing is correct or not. Now here I have two choices. I can write a prompt, which normally you would do, or you can ask Gemini to do it for you as well. So now I will go back and use the standard one. I have created a prompt, right? And the prompt is this. And we say, and it can magically write, it can rewrite the instruction. I can add the knowledge bank. I have a file, ASHRAE 60.1 table. I will use that. It was freely available on the net. And now let's see if the magic begins. Because it has to upload, so it's taking few moments there. You can say do not, using this also is fine. Oh, sorry, I did not define the tool. but no default tool is required, and I can say I want to save it first, right? And now it is ready, and we can test it out, right? So let's give the question and see what answer comes in. Right? And you can export to a sheet and use it. Magic, right? So this, as I showed you, is a very simple tool which you can make your own and even publish it. Okay, so I can publicize this tone. I can share it, okay, to anyone, and you can use it as well. I will copy it in the description of the video, and maybe you can use it as well. All right. Good luck. Bye. Next one, we will be looking at a particular example or a skill of HVAC every week, something new that is I have come across. It would be great if you comment and say, let's focus on a particular subject. I would love to do that, and I would increase my knowledge as well while doing it, because I have to research it. AI cannot do everything. It can give me something that I want, and then I decide what to do it, right? So data in the end is the master, and the hand is your model or agent, what you're doing it to make it faster, to reduce the time, or you can do something else. So we will be touching, as I said, I kept this name HVAC AI intelligence. So one hand, we need to be on our core principles. On the other side, we need to learn the new skills, right? So we will learn time by time and as you demand. So we will start with the basics. I think we will start with something on what's going on right now in the HVAC and prompt. So please do get tuned in for the next episode. Hopefully I will do it every week end, so we can have it when you are ready. And every week we will have a topic. I would really love if you can ask your friends, your circle, your professional circles to subscribe. Also comment that what you would like to see. If you have not subscribed, please, there is a bell sign, do subscribe this and help. This what I wanted to do is to clarify. Maybe we will bring in you as an expert. Maybe I'm not the expert. I don't know everything, right? So we will have interesting people talking about digitization also, and also real geeks who can, who have developed something to show how it can, make it the life easier, right? And these tools, we can use it to make our life easier. In the end, what we want is we work smartly, we have time for everything, and we deliver the highest quality that is expected from us. So thank you for listening. My name is Utpal. I call myself HVAC AI generalist. So let's try to be AI generalist. We should know everything. We are not creating AI, we are using it, right? So see you next time, and hopefully we can improve the knowledge of everyone, and we will do it together. I am from UAE and GCC. If you are from here, stay safe, follow the government guidelines, and I'm sure we will come out more stronger as one family. If the rest of the world enjoy the freedom, because till it is we are restricted, you don't know what it is. So have a great time. We are having absolute normal life here in UAE, and I'm sure all of my colleagues around the GCC area is also the same situation. With a great mindset, I'm sure we will do something better. Thank you all. Take care. Bye bye.